Well, SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga is right outside the Speaker's house in her Johannesburg home. Canny, a very good afternoon to you. Look, give us the latest from the court. I mean, the Speaker is said to be requesting a docket and says that no communication of an imminent arrest has been given to her.
Well, good afternoon to you, Alicia, and to the viewers at home. Indeed, I am still outside the home of the Speaker in Johannesburg. Not much activity to report this afternoon following the media reports this morning. However, I can confirm that what I believe to be her attorney, I stand to be corrected, Stephen May, accompanied by counsel, did make their way inside this home a few minutes ago. Now, this all follows the morning's reports this morning, which suggested that the Speaker would be handing herself over to the police to be processed and then would appear in the lower courts on charges of alleged corruption during her tenure as Minister of Defence. Now, throughout the course of the day, as we try to make sense of this story, it has now become apparent, or rather the reports have been debunked by officials from all those different sectors, that indeed there was no arrest planned and the Commercial Crimes Court. There was no appearance that was planned. There was no matter that was enrolled, at least for today. But what is true that we can report on today is that she did file papers in the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria, urgent papers seeking an interdict against what is termed in the papers as an imminent arrest, arguing that she would be prejudiced to be hauled before a criminal dock, and she lists the various implications that such an action would have on her. What she is seeking is a full disclosure so she can have an idea of what she is facing, because in those papers she contends that the state has a very weak case against her.
Let's backtrack a little bit, Canny. There, we understand that the UDM's Bantu Holomisa had actually asked for an investigation back in about 2021, and those claims were in fact brought to Parliament's Joint Standings Committee on Defence, and the matter was later dropped due to the non-cooperation of the whistleblower.
Well, we've heard of allegations of her tenure as Minister of Defence for some time now. We remember those reports by journalist Mzilikazi wa Africa that kind of detailed those different allegations that were stated, and we know that there is a statement by a Section 204 witness that relates to her term and speaks of those alleged bribes, which she denies in papers that have taken place. Now, where UDM leader Bantu Holomisa comes in today as to the frenzy that was created this morning is that what we saw this week leading up to Friday is that on Tuesday there was a search and seizure operation that was conducted at this home in Johannesburg. What later followed yesterday was a report by the Mail and Guardian which stated that she would be handing herself over to police today on Friday. This morning there was a tweet that came from the account of UDM leader Bantu Holomisa, which created the impression that she was being processed. She was at the police station, detained, being processed, and was expected to appear in court at 9 a.m. But however, that has been debunked. But from papers, you can see that there is some kind of communication between the NPA's ID as well as lawyers of Mapisa-Nqakula about this issue relating to the Section 204 witness, the Section 204 witness statement, which actually implicates the Speaker in those allegations of corruption during her time as Minister of Defence, a claim which she wholeheartedly denies in papers and intends to defend by getting this interdict and seeking that full disclosure so that she can have all those details to defend this matter.
Now, Canny, the DA has called for her resignation earlier this week, and news coming in today is that they have applied for a motion of no confidence in her, saying that she had basically snubbed the ANC's closing ranks by announcing her special leave, and they're now saying that this announcement is a way of her not being held to account.
Well, the special leave announcement came in the wake of reports that there was an imminent arrest, or rather that there was an investigation taking place, and it followed this search and seizure operation. Now, I know our colleagues over in Parliament spoke to Lawson Naidi about the processes or the constitutionality of a special leave and how you can attain that, and I think that will be explained later. But we know that the special leave announcement came upon those allegations being made public in reports. So the speaker, rather, not the minister, articulated that she would cooperate fully with that investigation as it goes underway here in Johannesburg. But now we've seen papers have been filed where she is stating that she wants to interdict the NPA, or the ID rather, or SABC, from arresting her until she gets that full disclosure and knows exactly what is going on, what they've obtained, what material they're using to charge her.
All right, we're going to leave it there. SABC News reporter there, Canny Maphanga, live to us from outside the house of First Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula.